The next Excelente Award recognizes a businessman who leads with vision and purpose. The Businessman of the Year is an individual whose knowledge, hard work, and ability to inspire others have not only led to his own success, but have also created a path for others to follow. We are pleased to announce that the 2025 Excelente Businessman of the Year is Dalton Espaillat.
Let us tell you a little bit about Dalton. As the founder and CEO of Raydal Hospitality and president of Carolina Cooks, Dalton, who is originally from the Dominican Republic, has not only built, shout out DR, has built, not only built a remarkable business empire, but has also fostered a culture of opportunity and growth. A proud graduate with a civil engineering degree from the University of North Carolina, Charlotte, Dalton's entrepreneurial journey began in 2010 with a powerful mission to revitalize an underperforming Mexican restaurant and more profoundly to create lasting wealth opportunities within his community. By 2014, working alongside his wife Miriam and a dedicated team, Dalton successfully revitalized Three Amigos Mexican Grill and Cantina and brilliantly launched their now iconic concept, Sabor Latin Street Grill. Delicioso. Dalton's success is evidence of his ability to embrace challenges and solve complex problems, a skill he masterfully applies to every facet of his enterprise. He leads with transparency, openly sharing both his triumphs and setbacks, and consistently empowering his team. And what truly sets Dalton and Raydal Hospitality apart in his groundbreaking philosophy is that he champions the idea of offering employees, from managers to cooks and beyond, the remarkable opportunity to become partners in the business. And this visionary approach has transformed Raydal Hospitality into a genuine entrepreneurial incubator, nurturing the next generation of business leaders. Today, Raydal Hospitality Group owns and operates 19 restaurants across 4 concepts: Three Amigos Mexican Kitchen and Cantina, Sabor Latin Street Grill, La Caseta, and Mabi Tropical. Furthermore, Sabor has expanded its reach with 3 successful franchise locations right here in the greater Charlotte area, and these collective ventures generate $20 million in annual revenue, providing employment, providing employment for 265 dedicated individuals. Despite his incredible professional achievements, Dalton remains grounded, valuing his time at home and enjoying evenings with his wife and sons. So please help us welcome to the stage our Businessman of the Year, Dalton Espaillat.
Thank you. Everyone that knows me asks me, like, do you prepare for this? I'm like, watch me. So Miriam helped me write this, but I did prepare, but I'm gonna kind of wing it anyways. I am really, really grateful to be here, and when I was offer this opportunity to be Businessman of the Year for La Noticia. And when I kind of went down the path of the stories that I was telling, Juliana, an excellent reporter for La Noticia, kind of brought me back memory lane. And that's kind of the opportunity I want to take here, that you guys heard some of the success that I had, like the restaurants and this and that, but boy, this would have not been possible without the support that I have from my support team, that they're all here. My parents, my employees, and you guys as a community. So I'm going to read a little bit so I don't screw this up. So I do want to thank La Noticia for choosing me to be the recipient of the Businessman of the Year. It is an honor, and I'm really humbled to receive this. I'm very grateful for Hilda and Alvaro to really put this together for so many years. I heard it's 27 years that they've been doing that. Hilda's wearing a great dress too. She told me to say that. So this is really great, putting this whole room together, been doing this for so many years and recognizing the Latino culture to elevate us. So we're really very, very grateful to be here on this stage, taking this award. As I look back, as I mentioned at the beginning, I do realize that a lot of people really pour a lot of effort into my success. Seeing, I felt so proud even hearing, the success that we had. But really, similar to what the previous recipient said, I feel, that this is something that I might have not earned, but it was really due to the people that have been behind me. So as I come down memory lane, I just want to take you guys for a few moments and kind of share with you really what was my support foundation for me. So growing up in Dominican Republic, my mom, I saw her working so hard for me and my siblings, putting us into the best education that she could not afford. Up to this day, I see her still working hard for her dreams and trying to go for what she really believes and working hard and so forth. So I'm very grateful for my parents. They're here, my mom Daisy and my dad Ramon. And that was lesson number one for me, like never give up. And I do see her still working hard, still like hustling and trying to figure out the next thing. And it's amazing to see, and she hasn't given up. So thank you for my parents for doing that. The next one was that when I was trying to think about this award, it was like, boy, I cannot believe that somebody will put so much trust in me when I was so young. And those were my two godparents, Xiomara and Jose Jimenez. When I was about 20 years old, it was converted from pesos to dollars. It was a lot of money back then, but not so much here. But they gave me this money to invest in real estate, and they helped me, start buying some of the distressed properties and so forth. But looking back, I was 20 years old. They just, really entrusted me in doing that. And looking back, like, boy, that was a little crazy to do something like that to such a young kid. But something that I have believed and lived by was that I will never lose anybody's money. And I'm not going to be showing up on the TV that this guy disappeared with it. Like, I'm not doing that. And up to this day, even my fellow restaurant, I've been able to figure out a way how to get something out of it doing another type of business. So looking back into that, the bet that they took on me really created a foundation for where I am here today. I had many moments like this throughout my career. And most importantly, this is something beautiful that my wife wrote. A lot of people entrusted me with their funds, as my family did, with their time, my existing employees, and with their talents. That was a key one for me that kind of touched me. I have great people working for me, working with me, Edgar, and we have Marco here as well, my operations manager, Edgar, my CFO. And me even looking back to back to what they do for me, like, man, it's really amazing that this huge talent, they're still hanging around me, despite all the crazy stuff that I do and pulling off speeches out of the blue like this too. So looking back into where I am today and the success that I had, the foundation that it was created, and then looking back into what Raydal it is now, it took me back to the second stage of my life and my professional career. And with that, part of my memory lane was failure. I could not believe that everything that I said was really put on writing and all that, but it's true. And my wife asked me, like, did you really close that many restaurants? Like, I started counting it after 10. I was like, oh, shoot, yes, I did. We changed the names. We tried to figure it out, and it was a lot of failure. So, lesson number one was failure. Failure is part of the process. I took a chance at many business opportunities, and up to today, I'm still doing so. And I have failed with so many times. And something that I really look back, like, boy, I have always learned something from one of those failures. And I try not to make them again. But every single time I learn from those failures, I really just, lick my wounds and try just to move on. So many of us will experience adversity out there. And you will feel down, and I cry, like, how in the heck I'm going to make payroll? But if you trust what you do, you will come through with your plans. The next one is something that has been mentioned here, and I mentioned at the beginning. Support is key. I learned actually at the beginning. I was sharing a story with Astrid that at the beginning of my career, the local community, a bank, supported some training, and I see Bank of America doing that in the community as well, and that was so impactful to me. I learned jokingly that if you need money from the bank, you have to prove them that you don't need it. I learned from the underwriters. That you really, really have to prove that you don't need that money. Learn from the HR professionals. Really hire people before you need them. And that's been and extremely helpful for me, and for me to be in this position that I am right now. Again, I do want to thank Edgar, my CFO, for the company, for his wife, for really supporting him, Paola. I do want to thank Marco Gonzalez, my young and brightest operations manager. I have so much faith in him and continue to succeed here, and for his wife, Manuela, for allowing him to continue working for this crazy guy. Probably hear all the crazy stories. So thank you for that. And for continue supporting me and us on these journeys. So thank you. Here we go for reading. I keep losing my track. So I'll move on to the last piece of here. So this one I really want to read it because this is very extremely important, and it was mentioned by some of you guys. I cannot say it enough. We need each other, and others need us. No one can succeed alone. And as Latinos in Charlotte, we have a great opportunity to thrive and rise together. When someone needs your help, if you're able, help. If not, connect them to someone that can. We need each other. I want to thank all of you again. I want to thank my family for their ongoing support, my 2 boys, Dalton and Ian, my beautiful wife, Miriam, for supporting me, my sister that has been a tremendous support too throughout my career. And I do want to thank all my friends and those of you guys part of the community that know me, that you guys have helped me out one way or the other. I do want to thank you. So let's continue innovating Charlotte, one Latino business at a time. Thank you. Pasen buenas noches.